Hello everyone, this is Daniel with Abiding in the Secret Place. So I'm out here on the farm today and I was filming for Peace and Plenty Homestead. We're building this tiny house. We call it the cottage, but for YouTube it's called the tiny house. And I was thinking about a little testimony I wanted to put on my Abiding in the Secret Place. And it's about the first time that I really felt like I had heard from the Lord and obeyed what I heard. And this was back in the early 80s, and I had been in a motorcycle accident and had been through major surgery on my right leg, had pins and things installed. And that's another miracle. We'll do that on another video. And I had started getting myself going again, and I had this 71 Mustang Mach 1, and I had patched it back up and was ready to get a job and start earning some money and get myself together. My right leg was still a little sore, but I could lay it across the console into the passenger seat and drive with my left foot. And I got a job at this construction company. I didn't know anything about what we were going to be doing. They had an ad in the paper. I responded. They told me where to show up at the job site. And I showed up there, and we were working in a crawl space under a house, and it was probably only 24 inches or maybe 30 inches in area, so we had to crawl around. So I had to crawl around on my left knee and kind of keep my right knee extended and work like that. So that went on for several weeks, maybe a few months. For a few months, me and these other two guys, we were really giving it our all. They were Christians. I had just become a Christian, and I had responded to a Christian ad, so it was a Christian company. And we were all giving it our very, very best, 9 to 5. You know, we just gave it our very best, replacing the floor joist under this house that had started to rot and settle. And that was my Monday through Friday job, and then on Saturday I had a job scraping paint with a painter, and I hated that job. It was so hot on the side of that house, and it was tedious work. It was a Victorian house with lots of the crouples and detailed work, and we were cleaning that down to the bare wood and priming it and repainting it on Saturday. Now I worked for him 10 hours at $3 an hour. It paid $30 for the whole day. But that $30 was all that I had for the next week for gas and food to get me through Monday through Friday, to get to the job, to eat, and all of that type of stuff. Because the people that I was renting from, I had back rent with them during the motorcycle accident. So my entire paycheck was going to catch up back rent and pay them back for the time I had been disabled. That was the arrangement I had with them. They just got my whole paycheck. So I had $30. And the church that I was going to, I was a little bit older. I was in my 20s, and there was a youth group. There wasn't really a college and career age group yet. And the youth group leader came up and asked me if I would help them on Saturday with the teenagers and some sort of activity they had going. And I thought, wow, I've really got to pray about that and think about it, because I really need that $30 to make it through the week. I have no idea how I'm going to make it. If I go on Saturday, I won't get my $30 cash, which will carry me through the week. But I've really felt like I should go and be a part of this ministry on Saturday. And it was a real struggle for me, because I hated that painting job so much. I felt like I was hearing the voice of, hey, yeah, let's skip a painting day, a day painting. But really what was going through my mind, I'm going to be hungry next week. But I really felt like the Lord was leading me to do that and to be there with the youth group. So on Friday, when I needed to leave work, I bolted. I mean, as soon as I could justify getting in my car and leaving, I was gone, because I had to catch the bus to go on this youth weekend, whatever it was. So I told everybody, I'm going to be gone. Before you turn around, I'll be gone this evening. I'm not staying because I've got to catch the bus. And I didn't say the goodbyes or anything, just left and did the weekend. And I came back on Monday. And when I got to work that Monday morning, I knew that I did not have money for food or gas that entire week. And my plan was to just sleep in the car on the job. We had a porta potty there. We had a faucet I could rinse off or whatever. I was just going to live in the car on the job and just figure out some way to get by for the week because I didn't have any money. And I had written a check, a $5 check for gasoline, knowing I had no money in my account at a gas station that I knew the people fairly well. I grew up with their kids and all that kind of thing. So I wrote this check and I figured I could cover it or something. I forget the details. It was a long time ago. So Monday morning, I get to the job and I get all my tools out and we start working. And the head guy, he says, "Oh, you left in such a hurry. The boss left this envelope for you." I said, "Okay." Well, I figured they had just fired me because I had never even met the boss. I had never met him. I just showed up at the job and I had worked however many weeks or months it had been. I had worked there and I never met him. So I picked up all my tools. I figured they'd fired me because they didn't need me. There was too many people. I had left early. I didn't know what the problem was, but I figured these were my papers to quit, to leave. So I started heading to the car with all my stuff, and I opened up that letter, and in there was $300. It was a $300 check. It was a check for $300. And right then, just the presence of the Lord fell on me, and I knew that I had done the right thing. I had heard what the Lord said, and I had done what I was supposed to do because I had this $300 check on Monday to help get me through the week. So, needless to say, I was beside myself that had happened. So we worked the day, and I had it all planned out. I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to cash this check, and I'm going to go to Kmart. Had a $5 buffet. You could go in there and sit as long as you wanted and eat from the buffet. And so I would get there and spend 2 or 3 hours just sitting there eating and resting after work. So I went to the bank and I presented the check, and the lady said, "Your account is overdrawn. You wrote a $5 check to the gas station and it has cleared." I said, "It cleared?" I just couldn't believe it. It cleared that fast. It had arrived at the bank and bounced my account and all of that. And I think my head actually just disjointed from my body. I just dropped right there. She's not going to give me any money. I need to eat. I don't have any gas in the car. I just don't know what I'm going to do now to get back to work. I hadn't taken a shower or anything. I've been crawling under this house all day, so I'm covered in fiberglass and insulation and mud because it was wet and filthy underneath of this house. So I was pretty filthy standing there. And one of the other tellers, a young lady, spoke up and said, "I will give him $5. If the check doesn't clear, I'll take responsibility for $5. I think she asked me what I needed, and I said, "I need $5 just to eat. If I could get $5 off of that check." I was telling the first teller, I said, "I just need $5 just so I could eat. If I could eat, I'll figure out the got, I'll walk, whatever, but I got to eat." And the other teller heard it. She said, I'll cover $5 for him. And I got the $5, and I went over to Kmart and ate the buffet for $5. Sat there just in awe and confirmation. I don't want to say disbelief, but you believe, but you just wonder what it's going to look like. And that I had heard and obeyed and had received this $300 check. And that was really life-changing testimony for me at the time. It gave me the start on hearing and obeying and doing what the Lord is leading you to do. Well, I really hope that this testimony will encourage you to listen and obey. It's listen and obey. That's what the Lord's going to do. He's going to give you instructions, And it's usually not going to be things that you want to hear, because he's got to clear out some debris and junk in your life before he can come in and occupy and grow and relationship with you. So the first things in my experience that I have found over the years as I seek him and pursue him, there are things I don't want to hear. Well, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be corrected all the time, 10 times getting corrected in a row. Well, that's the Lord sweeping out disobedience so that he can come in and tabernacle, and you can be led by his presence and by his Spirit and by the word moving. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the section and I will get back to you. We appreciate each and every one of you that watch and comment and like, share, and we look forward to the next testimony.